Today on People Now, Pink is the cover of People's 2018 Beautiful issue. The rock star opening up about being the bad cop parent and standing up to haters.
Family members, friends, and admirers mourn the death of former First Lady Barbara Bush.
Shocking revelations that Dance Moms star Abby Lee Miller almost died from a rare infection. We have an update about her condition after emergency surgery.
When people see it, they'll see the real message, and it's all about empowering women.
Amy Schumer and the cast of I Feel Pretty hit the red carpet premiere.
These celeb moms are getting real about the challenges of keeping it all together as a parent.
And Siri Daily is here with easy and delicious appetizers for your spring fling.
It is live today on People Now. Happy Wednesday, everyone. We have been counting it down for the past week, but today's People's Beautiful issue cover star is finally revealed, and everyone, it is rock star Pink on the cover.
Oh, last
there we
second.
go.
We love her here. We want to know, what song do you love from the megastar, or maybe what do you like about her? Tweet us at People with the hashtag PeopleNow.
All right, guys, we're going to check in with you a little bit later, but now onto a little more Pink. Watch this. Rockstar Pink is the cover of People's 2018 Beautiful issue. Yes, the singer snagged the coveted title and graces the pages with her two children, daughter Willow and her son Jameson. In the exclusive interview out Friday, Pink opens up about motherhood and her parenting philosophy. Here's what she had to say.
I'm a truth teller. I tell my daughter the truth. I let her be 6. I want her to be 6. But I want her to know about fairness and kindness, and that you have to fight for your rights, and that sometimes girls aren't treated the same, and that they have to work harder for everything.
There you go. And in that sit down, Pink also gets candid about taking on haters, speaking her mind, and gives a message to any kid out there who feels like they might not fit in. She says, wear your retainer and fly your flag. All the coolest people in high school always end up not so cool. We, of course, love Pink, and guys, stick around because we're breaking down more from Pink's beautiful issue cover, including her candid take on marriage and how she's the bad cop when it comes to her kids. Now on to this. Former President George H.W. Bush is understandably brokenhearted following the death of his wife of 73 years, Barbara Bush. His longtime chief of staff, Gene Becker, sent out a statement on Tuesday night following Barbara's death at the age of 92 that reads in part, quote, "He held her hand all day today and was at her side when she left this good earth." Becker continues, "It will not surprise all of you who know and love him that he also is being stoic and strong and is being lifted up by his large and supportive family. He is determined to be there for them as well." Among those paying tribute to Barbara following the news is granddaughter Jenna Bush Hager, who shared a series of photos of her grandmother, who she calls Ganny, paired with heartfelt captions that read in part, quote, "I already miss this force of a woman, the enforcer, because she was the glue that held our family together." She goes on to add, quote, "She adored my Gampy, the first man she ever kissed. Their love story is so ingrained in the history of our family." And this sweet anecdote as well. "Gans, people stopped me all the time to tell me how much they loved you. I didn't mind sharing you with them." Former President George W. Bush also shared a photo of his parents on Instagram, writing in part, "Mom kept us on our toes and kept us laughing until the end. I'm a lucky man that Barbara Bush was my mother." According to numerous reports, Bush had the lung disease COPD and congestive heart failure. News of her death came after she announced that she would no longer continue medical treatment after a series of hospitalizations in the last few years. The New York native and longtime Texas resident served as America's second lady while her husband was vice president from 1981 to 1989, then as first lady from 1989 to 1993. The couple, who met when Bush was just 16 years old, shared 6 children, 14 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. As First Lady, Bush embraced literacy and AIDS advocacy as her special causes. Guys, Abby Lee Miller almost died after suffering an unusual spinal infection that left her paralyzed from the neck down, just weeks after being released from prison for bankruptcy fraud. According to the orthopedic spine surgeon who treated her, Dr. Human Mohamed, the former Dance Moms star went into the emergency room after experiencing, quote, "excruciating neck pain and weakness in her arm." The surgeon goes on to say that over the next 2 days, her condition started to deteriorate, adding not just her pain, but her weakness started getting worse. In the span of 24 hours, which was something that I have not seen, her condition rapidly deteriorated. She was completely paralyzed from the neck down. After performing a CT scan, doctors uncovered that Miller had an extremely unusual infection which had spread from the bottom of her neck all the way down to the lower part of the back. Mohamed adds, "If we didn't do something, she was going to die. Her blood pressure was bottoming out. She was not doing well." Miller went into surgery for a multi-level laminectomy at about 1 a.m. Tuesday. The almost 5-hour procedure required an 18-inch incision as surgeons worked to remove the back part of several vertebrae in order to relieve pressure on her spinal cord. Since surgery, Miller has experienced some recovery and has begun to feel more sensation in her body while recuperating in ICU. Now, as for whether she'll walk again, Malamed says it's all dependent on how she recovers. He explains nobody wants to end up thinking that they're going to be paralyzed for the rest of their life. All you can do is pray, and as a surgeon, you maximize everything you can for the spinal cord to recover itself. I am hopeful. Well, Miller could be released from the hospital by the end of the week or this weekend, pending more surgeries. And guys, you can stay on People.com as this story continues to develop. Well, after 25 years in music, you might call Toni Braxton an icon, a legend, and a superstar. But to her sons, Diesel and Denim, according to Toni in this week's issue of People, they call her mom, or their mom, vintage. But Toni proves that she knows how to keep it fresh with her first solo album in 8 years. She says sex and cigarettes. That's how she does it. That's not the only exciting thing on Toni's radar these days. She's getting married. She and rapper Birdman announced their engagement on a February episode of her WeTV reality show, Braxton Family Values. About their relationship, Toni tells People, quote, he's been my bestie for like 15 or 16 years. But she realized that he was more than a friend in 2016 amid her ongoing battle with the autoimmune disease lupus, when Birdman came to every one of Toni's shows to support her. Now, she's sharing a little bit of what we can expect from their upcoming Great Gatsby-themed wedding, saying, quote, this is my second wedding, and I'm over 40. It's like Carrie Bradshaw, The Last Bride. It'll be elegant and a little sexy. Now, although her health continues to be a chronic struggle, Toni is pushing through and learning how to pace herself. And when she stopped by our show earlier this year, she opened up about managing her lupus and revealed how much she admires Selena Gomez for starting an honest conversation about their shared condition. Watch this.
I feel so blessed because, you know, the doctors told me I would never be able to perform. I would never be able to travel or anything. But, you know, a whole different plan for me. I'm here with you today. It's also stress-induced, the illness. And my lupus loves my heart, meaning it affects my heart badly.
Wow.
And so I have heart disease along with it, and I get blood clots, so I have to be very, very careful. But I'm learning my body, and I know how to pace it and how to just make it relax. People look at you and go, can they work?
Right.
That's the hardest part. And Selena Gomez, she is a warrior. She has lupus as well, and I believe she had a kidney transplant.
She did, yep.
And I'm so proud of her. I think she's one of the bravest girls I know. And she just put it out there and said, I'm not going to let you judge me, and I'm not going to be a victim, and I'm a survivor. And I think just her telling her story is she's a pioneer. She sings.
I know, right?
That's the hardest thing. I mean,
because it takes so much
energy to sing, and I don't know how she does it, because
Yeah.
some days if I'm having a bad day and I still have to do a show, it's a lot of you sing to the audience.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
All right, guys, we are kicking off Star Trek today with some big birthday news. So a big happy birthday to Kourtney Kardashian. The reality star turns 39 years old today, and the celebrations are already underway. After living it up at Coachella this past weekend, the birthday girl flew back out to Cleveland alongside her sisters Kim and Kendall to be by Khloe's side following the birth of her daughter, True Thompson. Now, Kourtney herself was excited to celebrate her birthday and posted a picture of her and sister Kylie laughing from Coachella with the caption, "It's my birthday tomorrow." They look like they're having a really good time here. The sisters in Cleveland celebrated the eldest a day early. Kourtney posted pictures on Tuesday of mini rainbow donuts that she received that spelled "Happy Birthday, Kourtney." Very, very cute. She also shared a picture of a rose and berry adorned cake captioned, "It's my birthday tomorrow. Thank you, Khloe Kardashian." And we hope that the oldest Kar-Jenner sister has the most amazing day. All right, now watch this.
Mom, what's wrong with your body?
Charlize Theron is opening up about gaining 50 pounds for her latest film, Tully. The actress reveals to Entertainment Tonight that she got hit in the face pretty hard with depression after consistently eating processed foods and sugar, adding this: the first 3 weeks are always fun because you have breakfast at In-N-Out and 2 milkshakes, and then after 3 weeks, it's not fun anymore. All of a sudden, you're just done eating that amount, and then it becomes a job. Charlize had about 3.5 months to gain weight for the role, admitting she'd usually set an alarm clock at 2 a.m. She'd just, quote, shove a cup of cold macaroni and cheese down my throat. Oof. Wow. The star also says her 2 children thought she was pregnant, revealing, "My little one was convinced that I had a baby in my belly. My kids still refer to this movie as the movie where mommy had a big belly." The actress ultimately shed the extra pounds, but it wasn't an easy road. Adding this, she says, "There's nothing fun about that. It took about a year and a half. It was a long journey, but the struggle is real for everybody. What's beautiful about this film is it makes you realize that nobody has it easier than you. Tully hits theaters May 4th. All right, now watch this.
I'm so excited for people to see the movie, and I think tonight's all about celebrating it, and when people see it, they'll see the real message, and it's all about empowering women and loving yourself, and it's a really sweet, feel-good, funny movie.
Well, Amy Schumer addressed the backlash surrounding her new movie, I Feel Pretty, at the premiere Tuesday night. Now, some are saying the movie promotes body shaming in the trailer. Rory Scovel, who plays Schumer's love interest in the film, believes people who think the movie is sending a negative message about body image are missing the point.
If people thought the movie was what they're claiming to think it is, I could understand the backlash because I kind of agree with that. But the movie isn't that. The movie is a very different story. It's about self-esteem, it's about confidence, about people finding their individual value in themselves.
And Schumer says playing her character Renee in the film actually empowered her in real life as well.
It really helped me fall in love with myself. You know, people were wondering what I was picturing when I was looking in the mirror, and a lot of people thought I was picturing somebody really skinny or whatever they thought. I was just looking at myself and being grateful for the skin that I come in.
And Busy Phillips, who plays Amy's friend in the movie, believes the only ones casting any standard of beauty on the movie are the naysayers themselves.
We're not projecting a standard of beauty in the film. In fact, you never see what she sees in the mirror. Like, it's about inner confidence and inner beauty. And I hope people go see it.
Stay with us. Celebrity moms Kelly Clarkson, Courteney Cox, and more are opening up about parenting for this year's Beautiful issue. Plus, we are cooking up some seriously delicious treats and cocktails with food blogger Siri Daily. And yes, you can actually make these at home. Trust me, stick around for that.
You're not always going to be popular. When you're a woman with a lot of opinions and you don't back down and you don't apologize, it's hard. It's hard for people, but I'm okay with it because I like me.
Pink is one of the top-selling artists of our time. She has won so many awards, so many wild and crazy performances. Pink is beautiful inside and out, but she's also in amazing shape. I mean, to do the stunts that she does at her live shows and to do that while singing is like, how?
Such a great choice. Rockstar Pink is People's Beautiful issue cover star, and in typical Pink fashion, the singer held nothing back when talking about life with her 2 kids, her husband, and now she takes on all the haters.
Yeah, joining us now to talk all things Pink is the editor of People.com, Zoe Ritterman. How are you?
Hello, how's it going, guys?
Good, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, this is like my favorite day of the year.
No, it's amazing. So first things first, want to know what goes into picking the cover star for the Beautiful issue, and why was Pink the standout for 2018?
So we take this decision incredibly seriously. We know that our readers love this issue, and we're always looking for women who are inspiring and entertaining. We want people to see this issue and say, like, this is a woman who I aspire to be, but also someone I can relate to. And Pink really checks those boxes. I mean, she's beautiful on the outside, she's beautiful on the inside, and I love the cover line. It's all about raising strong kids. How can you not love that?
Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic.
No, that is incredible. And the issues, it's a little different. It's now changed to the Beautiful issue.
Exactly.
Pink is on the cover with her 2 children. What was the biggest takeaway from the interview about Pink as a mom?
You know, what's so interesting about her is that she said she's the bad cop, which I think all of us were really surprised. You see her on stage and flying through the air and you're like, she's fun, she's
cool
funny.
mom.
Right.
Exactly, she's like, oh no, I'm the bad cop in my house. So she's like, I'm very serious. You know, she grew up in a pretty strict household. Her dad was a military man, and she's like, I always said I would never do anything my parents did. Of course, she said she's doing everything her parents did. Yeah.
I love that.
She says she doesn't have a certain style or philosophy when it comes to parenting, but she's a big believer in attachment parenting. So why is that? Also, what is attachment parenting?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one thing that she said was very different from her household. So attachment parenting is all about giving your kids what they need, making sure they know that you're there for them. She said her favorite thing with her kids, her favorite moment of the day is snuggle time in the morning. So she's really affectionate. She wants them to feel loved. She wants to be honest with them.
There's also in the issue this adorable interview between Pink and her daughter. Willow saying that she wants to be a professional climber. Do you think Willow, though, in addition to climbing, is she going to have the entertainment bug at all?
I will tell you, this girl does not seem shy shy. So at the interview, we had these fans set up for the shoot. Willow was singing into the fan to like distort her voice. She was singing from The Greatest Showman. She was like roller skating around. She's certainly, she has a lot of personality and she's not shy.
So we'll be looking out.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe she'll be on The Beautiful Issue in a few years.
There you go.
Yeah, she also opens up about her marriage with husband Carey Hart. Now, she's always been very candid about the ups and downs of her marriage. From the interview, how are they doing now?
So candid is the word for it. We asked her about her strong marriage, and she literally said, I don't know if I would ever say out loud that I have a strong marriage. And that really stuck with us because it's so open, it's so candid, it's honest, it's relatable. She said, yes, we've had ups and downs. He's a fantastic father. We balance each other out. So I think, again, this is the kind of thing that women will read in the issue and be like, yeah, I can totally relate to this.
I also really love I don't know, the nature of their, we see them together, they seem so great together. But when it comes to her confidence, it's not only confidence in her career and everything that she's going through, but also this confidence to take on the haters. And I love that she's encouraging young people to do that as well. Where does that confidence come from for her?
It comes from her dad. So she said from an early age, her dad instilled in her the idea of being true to herself. And she has a brother who's about 4 years older than her, and she said he was bullied worse than anyone she had ever seen. She said it was heartbreaking, and she vowed from that moment to stand up to haters, to stand up for people who, didn't kind of have that confidence that she had. So it's really stuck with her.
Do you also feel like that since she's a mother, right? Like that changes your perspective. She's this pop culture icon and she's got all that, but as a mother, there's really a different insight into what it means for kids to be bullied. It feels like she's owning her role as an inspiration to younger people.
Absolutely, and I think that's what's so inspiring about her, and that's a big reason why we chose her. And again, it goes back to that cover line about raising strong children. She said she's very honest with them. You guys talked about this a little bit earlier, but the idea of being open with her daughter that, hey, sometimes women have to work harder to get paid the same amount as men. She wants them to go into the world armed with all of this information so that they can be confident and really fight for themselves.
I want to know, because we've been asking our viewers, do you have a favorite Pink song or a favorite thing about Pink that sticks out? I like Raise Your Glass. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I really love all her music. I was actually listening to it last night. I was like getting ready for the issue to come out. I saw her in concert once. I think like the most incredible thing about her, yes, it's her voice, it's her lyrics, but it's like how she is able to perform and how she's able to do that acrobatics.
Her acrobatics.
She has like those swinging beds. I know, and I'm like,
what?
Like some people are like, oh, I can sing when I'm just like standing perfectly still and not moving. Some people can do it when they're dancing. She's like, no, I will one up all of you, and I will do it while I'm like flipping around, holding up my own body weight.
Literally all around the stadium, the arena that she's in.
It's the epitome of like the word performer.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, she puts on a full show.
And was it ever tossed around to possibly have the cover shoot be her doing acrobatics, swinging around on the cover? Upside down, coming down from the top.
Maybe that will be like a second cover. I
Get
like
me
that
in those
idea.
meetings
Do you want to be
next
creative
time.
director for the magazine?
I've got some
I like
thoughts.
it, Jeremy.
All right, Zoe,
Obviously.
thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Talking to us. And guys, if you want more on Pink's beautiful issue cover story, pick up your copy on Newsstands Friday. And the entire exclusive interview is streaming right now on PeopleTV.com. So here's a sneak peek of the special.
I'm very polarizing. Some people would march with me and other people would run away as fast as they can. But it's always worked out for me, for how I feel about myself and for the kind of friendships and relationships that I have.
The cutest, sassiest little 6-year-old ever.
Two of the most beautiful things in Pink's life are, of course, her children.
Yeah, that's you. How'd you get that cute anyway?
Her daughter, Willow Sage, who was born in 2011, and her son, Jameson Moon, who came right at the end of 2016.
Willow is very literal. She's got a scientific brain. She's really funny, really sassy, a little too smart. She's gonna set the world on fire.
He's got the music in his body.
Jameson loves attention. He's not shy at all. He's the most social baby I've ever met in my life. I'm trying to say, stranger danger! And he's like, what? Strangers are only strangers till they're your friends.
I think we can all agree it is not easy raising kids.
That's for sure.
And some of our favorite mommy A-listers are opening up about parenting in People's Beautiful issue.
Kicking things off is one of the busiest mamas in the biz, Kelly Clarkson. The OG American Idol shares stepkids Savannah and Seth, as well as daughter River and son Remy with husband Brandon Blackstock.
Yeah, Kelly insists her little girl will one day run a company, while 2-year-old Remy is more of the athlete in the fam, aka he destroys everything in the house.
And Kelly runs a tight ship, guys. When it comes to disciplining her children, the singer says she is not afraid to spank. She tells people, quote, everybody has their own way to enforce discipline. Sometimes I run into kids that you can tell weren't disciplined, and you're like, wow, somebody just needs to whoop your ass. Where I grew up, that works, end quote.
Yeah. Former Friends star Courtney Cox is also stern with her 13-year-old daughter, Coco. The actress admits she's strict when it comes to the cell phone, telling people she enforces a no-phone policy 6 hours every Saturday and Sunday. Not the best news for a 13-year-old, I'd say.
But Coco loves her mama all the same. Watch this.
If the stressful situation is going on, she helps me contain my stress and make me feel better. I don't know, she's taught me a lot about how to be a stronger person in general.
Very sweet. Finally, Olivia Wilde is super supportive with her little ones. The actress shares 1-year-old daughter Daisy and 4-year-old son Otis with Jason Sudeikis.
She says her kids are both strong-willed and silly, and she adds that her and Jason work hard to teach their kids empathy by reminding them to put themselves in other people's shoes. Definitely great advice.
Yeah, great advice. Love hearing from these mamas. And for even more mommy moments, tune in to People Features Celebrity Moms, My Kids and Me. It's streaming right now on PeopleTV.com.
Now on to this. Chrissy Teigen is proving that she is there for Kim Kardashian always.
Yeah, she swooped in to save the day after Kanye West tweeted out this cryptic message on Tuesday saying, quote, sometimes you have to get rid of everything.
Yikes. Naturally, a concerned Kim responded to her husband's post with a tweet of her own saying, wait, everything?
Yeah, well, no need to worry, Kim. Chrissy is here. The supermodel mom was quickly jumped in to save the day, saying that she has, quote, an air mattress and has been itching to bust it out, just in case Kim needs it, of course.
Kim quickly played along with Chrissy and said that she may need more than a mattress for her 3 kids, Chicago, St. and North.
Yeah, she also went on to enlist help in figuring out what her hubby Kanye meant by this tweet, saying, quote, I need clarity. Maybe John can call and inquire, but maybe he means friends too.
As we all know, breaking down a mysterious Kanye tweet is like trying to find Waldo in a candy cane forest. It's very hard.
Very difficult. So Chrissy just gave up, saying, quote, you're right, we're all screwed.
She did make sure to extend her generosity one last time, offered Kim a bouncy house for her and the kids to stay in. I think it's very sweet.
Very thoughtful. Just in case anyone confused their exchange for anything serious, Kim quickly sounded off on Twitter saying, quote, for anyone who has absolutely no humor in their soul, please know my tweets are a joke, and I will die laughing if I see blogs and media really think I'm being serious, so don't even try it.
Woo. Kim has spoken. All right, there she is.
All right, guys, before we get down to business, let's check in on our question of the day. We've been talking our cover girl, Pink, all show long. We want to know, what's your favorite Pink song?
Sue says, too many great songs to choose. All right, Sue, thank you for saying 0 songs.
Allie asks, who knew is a great throwback. Love Pink that is.
Yeah, another user writes, perfect. It's Mama's anthem to her daughter. And that's true.
Yeah, and Diane says, Family Portrait, such a personal song.
There you go. All right, guys, let's go on to this. You may recognize our next guest from the Today Show, where she whips up delicious dishes alongside her hubby, Carson Daly. There she is. Please welcome Siri Daly, the author of the brand new book, Seriously Delicious. I see what you did there, and I like it. And she's here to share 2 recipes with us that are so simple, any home cook can make them. Even me, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Hopefully.
Let's get down to it. We're starting here with a cocktail.
Yes,
Grab my eye
you can
immediately.
definitely make this.
Okay.
Right? Okay. I mean, it's 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay. So this is a spicy grapefruit cocktail. In here we have tequila, grapefruit juice, freshly squeezed grapefruit juice, and some orange liqueur. Okay.
What's our portion size?
And like 1 part grapefruit juice, 1 part tequila.
Okay.
You could also use vodka if you want.
Oh, yeah.
And then a half part of the orange liqueur.
And I noticed you have
and then,
something at the bottom of
in
the
here,
glass.
this is what makes it spicy. This is a serrano pepper that we sliced, and you can remove the seeds if you don't want it too spicy, or you can keep them in there if you really want to
maybe
kick.
even put a second one.
All right, exactly.
Really want to go crazy.
You could use jalapenos too if you can't find the serranos, but. And look how pretty. This is a perfect.
Is serrano more spicy than jalapeno? I actually don't know.
I actually didn't know the seeds thing. I didn't know that
Yes,
you take the seeds out, then it's less spicy.
Exactly. The seeds and the white rib is what makes it so spicy.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Cheers. You think you can pull that one up?
Yum.
Okay.
Oh, it's really, really good.
Oh
right?
my goodness, is that
refreshing?
So we know you and your husband Carson love a good cocktail. So what do you love most about happy hour or drinking in the morning?
It just brings us together as a family. It kind of like kicks off, breakfast. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
It kicks off like our time in the kitchen when I'm cooking dinner. It's when we kind of, rehash the day and decompress and ignore our children.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's great for those things. For the sake of my sanity, can we talk food and get something in the belly?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to switch over here.
Switch over. This looks delicious already.
This is a smashed pea and ricotta toast.
Okay.
Perfect for spring because peas are in season.
Yeah, right.
But you can use frozen peas, which I usually do.
Yeah.
So in here we have our peas, basil, garlic, and salt and pepper.
The basil gives it a nice little lightness at the top, right?
And it's
like a refreshing thing.
a traditional pesto is made with basil, so we're going to add that to it. So All right, now I'm gonna just pour in some olive oil and pulse this baby.
Are you
I'm glad that you're doing this and not.
Yeah, all right. See, look how easy. And then you just
Is this an eyeball thing? Or are you eyeballing the oil?
Exactly, until it gets kind of like the right consistency. And I like mine a little thicker.
Okay.
So that's probably good. Let's see.
By the way, quickly.
There you go.
The basil leaves are gone. Yeah,
right?
that's
They're
really
gone.
great.
Okay.
So it's really, because it seems like you have the pea mixture, the baguettes, and then you have, what's in the bowl?
So this is ricotta with a little bit of honey to sweeten it up. Okay. So we're gonna just spread that on first. You guys want to, do you want to try that?
Out of the way.
And then we'll get our...
Legs first. Here you go. There, if I started it for you.
Okay, so spread. How much? Like, is this a good amount?
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Okay, so there we go.
And then, Jeremy, you want to handle this?
Oh, yeah. What do I do?
Just grab a little, and then you can put it right on top.
So nervous, Siri.
Oh, you're going to do great.
Is Carson good at this?
He is.
Okay, good.
Although he burns all toast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
So
our,
you handle the
that's our
toast,
thing.
he does the spread. Is this too much?
That's great. And then our final little step is we're going to add some red pepper.
Oh, nice.
Which, of course, you
go,
recognize
just a
mainly
tiny little
from
bit.
putting on the pizza.
Okay, so you
there we
put
go.
that
Oh,
one
yeah,
there.
you do
Nice.
it. I'm going to
So
make
then
you guys do
once you
everything.
Keep doing it, thank you.
So once you have the red pepper on and the pea mixture and the, what is this again? This is the
ricotta with a little bit of honey.
Done.
Then it's done. Okay. You can drizzle a little olive oil on top if you want, a little more salt and pepper, whatever.
By the way, this is such a nice thing that you could easily, it looks really great to have guests over, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
set
a
up the
great,
spread.
entertaining appetizer. Isn't that yummy?
Yeah.
Give me the key to not burning the toast.
Don't let Carson do it.
Okay, don't let Carson Daly do it, number
Just
one.
Also, a couple of minutes in the oven, watch them, and if you start to smell like the whole house is gonna, go up, then you're burning them.
Another quick question. If you go in here and the basil's too heavy, which it is not now, is there a way to save it? Like, can you go back and maybe put in more peas, more salt, more something else
Yes,
to
absolutely.
tone it down?
Yeah, I always taste as I go. That's a good step. So
Okay.
just stick a little spoon in there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's little more salt.
Yeah, because basil can be strong. I love it, but other people maybe it's a little.
This is really good. Now, as a mom, I imagine it's hard to get your kids to eat their veggies.
Yes.
So what are the tips to doing that? And tricking them?
Just keep trying over and over and over.
You got to reintroduce
then
it,
sneak
right?
it in there. Yep. My girls are the only green things they like are green M&Ms.
Literally,
But
my girls,
no.
yeah, it's same thing. If it could be the white cheese, if there's one speck of green,
Right.
they make me take the green off.
Exactly.
Right?
I feel like this is a really
You just
good
have
way
to
to
keep
disguise
trying.
the vegetable.
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine Carson and the kids help out in the kitchen a lot. Do you
They
have
do.
any kitchen fails, though?
Well, besides burning things?
Yeah.
He burns things. Do you?
Well, he burns the toast, and I burn pine nuts. Whenever I toast pine nuts.
I think that would be easy to do.
I'm
going to give you a pass on that.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Do you guys
All
want dessert?
I think
Yes.
so.
Let's
yeah.
do that next.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So let's scoot on down here. Are you
Yeah.
coming back around or should we move over? Let's just do this.
Yes, we're gonna move this over. Okay, here, let's go.
Already looks
These
delicious.
are really, really
and
good.
smells delicious.
These
here as
are
well.
mini apple pies that I've cooked in little.
Oh my
Here,
gosh.
here we go. We cook them in little mason jar lids.
Okay.
All right. So that is our pie mixture. You can use refrigerated pie crust to make it easy.
Okay.
And right here we've got our apples, and to that we're going to add a cinnamon and sugar mixture,
yep.
and then some melted butter. And these are Granny Smith apples, which are kind of tart and tangy. They're a really good baking apple.
Okay.
And we're gonna just stir that up.
Also,
and then,
the Granny Smith is the go-to. That's interesting.
yeah, I mean, sometimes I like Honeycrisp and Granny Smith.
Right.
Because it'll just add a little sweetness.
Yeah. So you have Granny Smith apples, lemon juice, and salt in the bowl. This is the tart filling.
Yes, this
So
is
then
the
once
tart
you have this, do you add anything to this?
Nope, we just added our sugar mixture with the cinnamon and the nutmeg and the melted butter, and now we're done with that. So we'll add this to our little mini. Yeah, why don't you keep drinking that?
Bring it over, bring it back.
So how full do you fill the pie crust?
Just about like
the
that.
top?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Although I like it when it's kind of bubbling.
And I love
over,
that
you know what I mean?
that they're in the mason jar lids here.
Isn't it cute? These
Yeah.
are perfect for like a Mother's Day brunch or
Right.
a baby shower or something like that. And we're gonna bake that for about 35 minutes in a 375-degree oven.
Okay.
That's what they look like when they're all done. And then to the top, we're gonna add a salted caramel sauce.
Oh my goodness. So how do you? Yeah, here's
right
the
there.
caramel
Do you
sauce.
want to kind of
Yeah, should I
drizzle
do
that
it?
on top? Yeah.
Okay, so
do
this is
it.
after they're out of the oven.
Out of the oven.
Okay, got it. So how do you make the caramel sauce?
It is a mixture of, you can actually, if you don't want to make it. You can buy it.
Oh, got it.
Pre-made.
Let me
I like
tell you.
shortcuts.
Now you're speaking my language.
Right?
Because, yeah, the caramel sauce.
You're doing a good job.
Is this
Jeremy.
decent, Andrea?
I was getting really nervous.
Why are you so nervous
I
about
always get
this?
nervous
When I
he
pick
usually
things
like
up?
overdoes it. Usually.
You can't overdo salted caramel.
Is there a way to overdo? Yeah, I
I
can literally
think you
pour
find
this
a
over
way.
the whole thing, and that's not too much
So
caramel sauce.
you've actually been blogging about food for almost 10 years, right?
Yeah, when I had my first son, I suddenly found myself in this domestic situation where I'm like, I need to cook dinner every night. So I started the blog to kind of keep track of the hits, the misses, and
you just started blogging for people.com.
I did.
So welcome
Welcome.
to the family.
Thank
Cheers
you. It's so
and
much
welcome,
fun.
yeah.
Thank you.
One of your latest posts is about keeping it real on social media. Why is that so important?
You know, I think as a parent, we can judge ourselves and compare ourselves to other people, especially in this age of social media when everyone is posting all day long. And I think it's so important to just realize that we're all in this together and to find a community online where there's no mom shaming.
That really is so important to have that as the mom. Let me transition to the dad, to the Carson, who I'm a huge fan of. And I'm also a fan of The Voice.
Yes.
I just want to know if you're watching along, I mean, generally speaking, what team?
Yeah, I watch all the time.
Okay. Let me tell you, because it's like my wife is like, maybe she watches. Do you?
I do. He's funny though. He doesn't like to watch himself at home, so like I have to when he's live. Then I can like watch the shows.
Got it.
But
okay, because he's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
What team are you rooting for? If you had to
this
choose?
year, I'd have to choose Kelly because.
Look at you guys here.
Oh, look at us! Yeah.
Yeah. Why Team Kelly?
My kids have literally grown up there. You know, she's new this year. I love her. She's just this awesome force, and I just feel like would root for her.
She is a force, and she's been doing so well. I think she's owning this thing.
Her
this
team
season.
is great.
Yeah, her team's great, and she just brings such a great, an authentic energy to it.
Exactly.
They're all authentic, but she's really great. Back to this to just say, so 35 to 45 minutes or so in the oven, 375.
375.
There you go.
You were listening.
Yeah, I know.
And then we're good to go.
We have a finished one right here.
Is that the one we're trying?
Oh, yes.
Ooh, mama.
Nice. I'm really excited about this, and it smells really good.
Is there enough caramel sauce on top? I don't know.
I think you do. You could put more. Yeah.
No, I think it's good.
Taste amazing. You're right. I love it. It's springy.
Oh, it's so good.
It's light.
Yeah.
All good stuff. Wow,
Yeah.
Siri, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Everybody, you can pick up a copy of Seriously Delicious for even more simple recipes for the real home cook or the casual home cook like me. Who just wants to have a good cocktail and some toast that's not burned.
And it's all really, really good. Like, addicting. All right, you
Second
guys.
question of the day.
Yeah, let's check another question of the day. One last time, Pink is People's Beautiful Issue cover star. We want to know, what's your favorite Pink song?
Yeah, let's start with you, Siri. Favorite
Just
Pink
give
song?
me a reason.
Okay, yeah, that's a good
Remember
one.
that song?
I would need to hear a little bit.
No.
Don't try to get our guests to sing.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Rude. Sam says, get the party started. That's a party time bop.
Okay, Ashley writes, I have two with lots of O's, mini, family portrait, trouble, who knew, just like a pill, all good stuff.
Yeah,
All right,
and Aaron adds, I love true love, but don't let me get me was my jam in high school.
I just can't stop singing, so what?
Oh, yeah.
That's it, all day. Siri's never coming back, I can tell. We're going to be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now. Come back at 8:30 for that. We're very excited for more. And coming up tomorrow, the one and only Nick Cannon stopping by our studios to talk about his new music and life as a dad. Singer Neo also hanging out and getting candid about his take on being a father and the recent split of his World of Dance co-star Jenna Dewan.
And Neo is so sweet. He's like my favorite guest ever. He was wonderful. Thank you guys for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Real Housewife of New York City star Sonia Morgan.
Cheers.
The last time I laughed so hard I cried, oh, that had to be with Bethany in bed on a vacation on Ronnie. My last big splurge, well, I don't really splurge on myself that much. I splurge on my daughter at those makeup stores. My last girls' night was in Colombia.